Hello, 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 hello. We should be live. Let me see if I can find anything. Yeah, we're live. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Bear with me while I'll do some technical bits. You know the drill. If you've seen me before, I just need to get everything up and running where I need it to be. Come on. You can do it. There we go. That's that. And the last little thing I need to do is this one. There we go. Now I've got everything ready to go. And we are working. Hello, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. This is David for Elizabeth Craft Designs for another Wednesday crafty fun. And it's nearly Father's Day, so that's what we're going to be working on. Hi, Saskia. Hi, Joe. Hi, Nance. Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Carol. Good to see you. Hi, Annette. Hey, Annette. Loved your video about the travel journal. Hi, Heather. Hi, Jane. Katie is here. Hi, Anita. Hi, Belinda. Rick, Laurie, Miriam. Over on YouTube, Debbie is there as well. Good to see you. Good to see you. Well, as I said, it's nearly Father's Day, and I just wanted to give you some ideas of how to use the Mr. and Mrs. collection to create Father's Day cards, because that collection is perfect for that. But I'm going to show you that in a second when I switch the cameras around, and we're going to have some fun. Hi, Terry. Good to see you here. Hi, Susanna. Hi, Astrid. Hello. So let's get started, shall we? I'm going to switch the cameras around, and then we're going to start some makes. I'm going to be working with some alcohol ink. I'm going to do some stamping. I'm going to do coloring. I'm going to do loads of stuff. But you just follow along, and you'll get the gist. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Els. Just listening, not watching. Oh, well, I better be careful what I say then. Oh, hi, Marjolein. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make two cards. Well, I'm going to attempt to make two cards. And what I've got here is two card bases. Then I've cut out two greenish papers from my latest paper pack, which is the Backgrounds Volume 1. Beautiful paperback on its own, doesn't need much. I'm going to do some stenciling with paste on that. But what I use to cut these out are the base pages for the the base pages for the Passport XL. Beautiful pages, and these are perfect card sizes. So this is the one with the rounded corners from the Doily Galore, and this one is from Playful Grunge. Both of them really fun. So that's what I'm going to use. Hi, Petra. Good to see you. And thank you for liking, sharing, and commenting, because, well, you want to win that $50 gift certificate. I mean, if you've looked at the Facebook group, you know something cool is coming. So I'm not saying anything else. Just have a look on the Facebook group and make sure you subscribe to the newsletter, because then you don't miss anything, because there's more sneaks in the newsletter. So better sign up for that and keep an eye out on the Facebook page, because, well, that's gonna be fun. But back to this project now. First things first, I'm gonna experiment with you guys. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna create two different pastes. One with the translucent texture paste, one with the opaque. And I want to use the opaque one on what did I think about this one, and the translucent on this one. So yeah, let's see how that goes. I'm going to mix in some bits. So let me grab my spatula and start with 2 dots. Isn't it, Anita? I think it's a fantastic size. I'm going to start with a bit of the paste here. Like that. And I'm going to do the same from the normal texture paste. Just a blob, like so. Way too much probably, but it is what it is, right? When I'm mixing in colors, I can't do it with a little bit. I don't know. That's just me. Then I'm going to take an infusion, this one, Olive Tree. and I'm just gonna dump that in. Now these are very potent colors. Pigment paste with walnut crystals. So let's see how that mixes in. And you get sort of different color bursts in there. And the more you mix, the more you get one color. And because of that walnut that's in there, you always get sort of a vintagey color. I'm gonna leave it like this, I think. I'm not gonna mix more in, because then I lose all the different colors, which I don't want. So let's just start with this one. So I'm going to use one of my stencils, and I'm going to use this one on here. Just going to place that a bit up. Just let me grab another, because I don't want to ruin my mat. There we go. So another piece of release sheet. Hi Cindy. Hi Femke. Hope you feel better soon. Okay, let's do this. Let's see how that works out. So this will dry translucent. Oh, it's not that much. Too much. It's actually perfect. So I'm just going to do the whole background. Don't know why. Just because I can. And then I'm going to throw this into my bin with water. There we go. Now, beautiful, right? Pretty as is, but let's dry it and then we'll see. Paper. Sorry, Valerie, I'm trying to. Yeah. Well, don't watch it. Then don't let him watch then, because then you can copy and make him a card, right? So that is that part done. Now I'm going to do the same with my solid paste. And the benefit of using the Ranger paste or the Paper Artsy paste, I don't know about any other ones, because you've got pastes that are gesso based and you've got pastes that you can actually color, and that will take the color as is. And that's the case with Ranger and with Paper Artsy. So both, I'm not knocking anything down because they've all got their uses for fun techniques, but in this case I just want to be able to color the pastes. So I'm going to use an older one. This is a stencil from Journal Stencils 3. And I will put that on this background. And again, I'm going to cover it completely. There's a reason why I'm using the numbers, because I'm going to use the clock on this one. And that, I think numbers and the clock, well, makes sense, right? Come on, it's slippery on the release sheet. There we go. I'm happy with that. So this is going to go into the bin as well. And so is my spatula is going in there as well. So I'm going to put this to the side to dry as well. And they will look completely different in the end, I think. I'm not sure. But I think they will, because of the way the pastes are. One is translucent and the other one is opaque. What have I missed? Hi, Louisa. Good to see you here. Welcome to our channel. I'm curious to see how it will dry, what color it will be, but we'll see. Okay, we'll figure that out together. This is clean enough. Okay, then it's time to grab my alcohol inks. And is this clean? I'll use this side. This is exciting, right? I can already see this one is sort of shiny. And the other one is matte. So that's already a difference. And you can see the different splats of color of ink in there as well. I love that. Well, let's see. Let's see. Okay, on to the next. I'm going to use the clock on one of those. And this clock, I designed it with a matte layer, but you don't have to use the matte layer. I'm going to use it this time without the matte layer. And I've got a piece of Yupo that I'm going to use with alcohol ink on it as well. And I'm going to do this, but it doesn't have to be that big. I can cut this down. So this is cut out of a piece of the Tim Holtz paper with the craft core. So these elements I need to use my alcohol ink on. So it's going to be fun. Thank you, Andrea. And thank you, Patricia, for liking, sharing, and commenting. I saw that, Karina. I hope you feel better soon. So, 3 pieces that I need to color. I'm going to use the same colors on them. And the colors that I'm going to use are patina, rust, and espresso. I know, I'm boring. But hey, that's me. I love these colors. So I've got a piece of felt here. So I'm going to start with this one, I think. Why not? Let's do that. You're going to love it, Heather. Yes, here in the live chat is fine, Louisa. So I'm just going to drop some of the alcohol ink on there. So yeah, for the people that are new to the channel, you can like, share, and comment here on YouTube or on Facebook. And if you share the page on your own socials over the live, you are able to win a $50 gift certificate. So that is worth it because we've got a lot of fun stuff at Elizabeth Craft Designs, whether it's for art journaling, for junk journaling, for anything fairly. So now I'm going to just dump some alcohol on there. I'm not a specialist at alcohol ink, but I just love playing with it. And for some reason, I always love the effect in the end. So I'm just going to let that do its thing. So this is a piece of Yupo. Yupo is sort of a plasticky paper. Thank you, Louisa. Much appreciated. So what I'm doing now, this is gold paper, but it's way too shiny for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my dauber that I just used for that one to give that some color. And I'm going to build up the layers, but you can already see it starting to look more grungy, right? Because I didn't want that shine, to be honest. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to give this a bit of alcohol and do the same on this one. Now, you won't see it as much on here, but I know it's going to be there, and you will see it in the end. So, what I'm going to do now I'm not going to go direct to the paper. I'm just going to do some drops onto my felt. These are felt thingies. These are the round ones. You've got the rectangle ones as well. I like the round ones. Trying to keep up with your comments on both the channels, but it's a bit of a challenge because they're in two different screens. So if I miss something, if I miss a question, just shout again, if you don't mind. Okay. Yes, now we're getting a bit more intensity. And one thing with alcohol ink, it's never the same twice. Even though you use the same colors again and again and again, it'll never be the same twice. Look at this. This is going to be really cool. I'm going to be cutting the arms out of this for the clock. But yeah. So with this one, I'm just going to come back and over it. And the alcohol that I'm dabbing on there, the alcohol ink, will activate the one underneath that we've already done. But you still get a beautiful layered look. Look how gorgeous that is. I love it. So you get this sort of muddled look. So this one is too blue now. So I'm going to use some more browns this time. Oops. Throwing alcohol ink everywhere. Don't know why I've closed them. I knew I needed it. There we go. So I'm just darkening that up. So just keep working that until you're happy with it. Like what I said, nothing is going to be the same. This is one I tried earlier. And that's the fun about experimenting, right? So what I'm doing now, I'm going to now just loading up the darkest color. I'm just gonna do like this, and I think this is gonna be very pretty. So going back to this piece, I'm just gonna do that, let it do its thing, and the same here. I want it edges to be a bit darker, so you can still sort of control a bit, but not that much. But it'll give me the idea of control. Now this tag comes from the Playful Grunge set, and I've cut that out of some Yupo. So I'm just gonna drop some more alcohol ink on there. And some of that rust color. And some of the brown. So it's like what I'm doing, building up with ink smooshing. I'm just building it up and making different layers of color. And you just gotta continue until you're happy. And sometimes you think, oh, I really don't like this. What have I done? But you always get there in the end. A bit more blue. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take my alcohol blending solution. I don't know what it is, but alcohol obviously evaporates very quickly. This stuff, there's something in it that gives a different effect to your tag. I think I've got alcohol ink on my nose now because I just scratched my nose. Oh well. So, but this will move the ink around in a different way. So we'll see that when we do that. You see that? It's a different effect. It's blooming in a different way. And I love it. I think I'm going to stop there, he says while he's pounding around. And I will just do a bit here as well. I love it. Love, 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 love it. And some on here as well. Because why not? It just brings it to life in a way. So that's it. I think I'm done now with the alcohol. Well, not with alcohol, but with alcohol ink. Because I am going to have a drink today. For the people that know, just quickly, I just had the results from tests today and I've got an all clear. So that means that bacteria is finally gone after March, April, May, June, nearly 4 months. So I am thrilled. So I'm going to have a drink tonight. I didn't either, Katie. I haven't played with alcohol inks for a long, long time. But when I get them out, I always love it. And then I think, wow, why don't I do that more often? Look at that. Just yummy. And it's funny because I'll show you. I've done one before. Don't go into my paste, you. And it's different. This one is better. I think it's better. But hey, that's how it goes, right? So this needs to dry. That needs to dry. This can go away. But that's the benefit of alcohol ink because this is dry. And this is on UPO. That's different than paper. But I'm going to do some things with it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my archival ink in ground espresso and my scripty stamp, which has fallen off, which is not nice of the scripty stamp, because I just used it. Oh, there it is. Really blind. Right, going to use that just freehand. Not going to be bothered too much with a block in this case. So I'm just gonna stamp on there. Oops, don't want to ruin my background. There we go. And again, this doesn't have to be perfect at all. There we go. Look at that. How cool is that? I love it. Love it. Okay. How are we getting on here? Oh, this is turning out great. You see that? Right. I need my dauber. So I've got my ink dauber for my archival ink here. This is ground espresso. Don't know if I've already said that. Now you got to be careful because this will smudge. It takes a long time to dry. But I just want to take that edge and make sure I don't see that white because, well, I just don't hate. I hate it. I hate that white edge. I hate it. Isn't that so, Robin? Especially with the torn edges of this tag. But it just makes the edges a bit darker and more grungy and yummy. So this one is ready to go. Doesn't need anything else. I love it. Thank you, Paula, for liking, sharing, and commenting. Thank you, Debbie. Have a good evening. Right, I need my little plates because I'm going to do the clock now. So I'm going to do the clock arms, cut these out, run it through. It doesn't work. Doesn't want to do what I want it to do. Let me grab my spatula. So, look how gorgeous and realistic these are. So let me do that. So what I'm going to do with a drop of glue, I'm going to glue them down first. I literally just used you. Why are you playing up today? Well, not just today. It seems to be every live, right? Clock hands. That's it. What did I say then? Did I say something else? I don't even remember what I said, Sylvia. Thanks, Petra. Thank you. There we go. Just a little bit. So I'm going to use my clock hands like this. And these clock hands are in the set. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to place it at 8 o'clock, just because that's the time our live started, right? So, look, the arms are on there. With the shine, you're not sure you can really see it, but it's so gorgeous. Then, what I'm going to do is, I've got this little tool. If you've seen me before, you know I use it regularly. I can't, for the people outside of the Netherlands, sorry, this is not something I can help you with. It's sold by this shop in the Netherlands. They don't ship internationally, so sorry, but it's just too much fun to use, so that's why I'm using it. So, how this thingy works, I've got my thing with the sort of it's a bread, but then different, fairly, that's what it is. So I'm going to place this in here, clamp it down, and press it in there. That's it. There you go. Sometimes things can be that simple. So, love that thingy. So then I need my things to be, oh no, I've got some coloring to do, so I can be patient. Because I've got the gentleman cut out. And I'm going to give them a bit of color using the paper artsy infusions. Because, well, I've got them on my desk, might as well use them. So I'm going to start with a bit of just walnut. Now let me be sensible. And start with a bit of tethered rose on my block. Because the other stuff is so pigmented, my brush will never be clean otherwise. Because I'm going to color their faces. Andrea, if you send me a message, I don't know what it's called, and I bought it at Art Specially years ago. Well, years ago, but yeah, not that long ago. If someone here knows, please say. And otherwise, I don't know what it's called. Is it written on there what it's called? I don't know. But I know we've had this discussion many, many times. It's not for sale. Try this. Creations.com? I don't know. But it's fun. Where did I put it, Sylvia? Seems like I've already lost it. It's the story of my life. I lose my dice every day and then I find them again, so. Oh, here it is. Right in front of me. There, it's on my magnet now. Can't lose it. So with tethered rose, I'm just doing the heads a bit, and his hand, and here the face, because, well, why not? His neck, and his hand. This is the David way of coloring, guys. Don't think I'm gonna do a lot. Right, walnut stain. This is the pure walnut crystal that is in the infusions, and you will see that's a really vintage brown. I want these guys to have brown pens, so what I did, these are 2 stamps that are in the Mr. and Mrs. Stamp and Die set, and I just thought, well, you don't want to see me stamping and die cutting and heat embossing. You see me do that many times, so that's why I decided, well, let's do the stamping and the heat embossing first. So I've stamped these out with black VersaFine clear ink, covered them with the clear embossing powder, and melted the powder. That makes it easy to color in. So that's what I did here, and I always do 2 because, well, if I mess up then at least I've got another one. So, and then if I succeed twice, which for some reason always happens when I make 2, it goes well. I get 2 good ones, and when I make just 1, I mess it up. So that's why I always make 2, and then, so I'm just giving them brown pens, and this is that olive tree that we've used in the background again. So I'm just activating that. I'm just giving that here on there. I don't know what these are called, slaps? I don't know. So, I always go quiet when I'm coloring. And then they leave the shirts white. Pretty, right? I mean, the way I see it is, father and 2 sons. Perfect for Father's Day. I think so. Okay, I'm going to color him with the same color. And again, because I think that olive green goes really nice with the background. Now, because I heat embossed it, it's very simple to color in. Now, that's a pretty green suit. Just going to pick up a bit of walnut, pure walnut for his head. And for his tie. How pretty is that? Right? Sorry, something was popping up. I think this is beautiful. So, and yeah, really nice vintage look because of that walnut that's in the infusions. Now I just need to give them some hair color. So I'm going to use an infusion again. But they're here. Why not? So that's limoncello, Sounds good. Sounds like a plan to me. So I'm just going to activate that and color their hair. I could have used walnut, but I just wanted to, give them a slightly different color. Pretty nice. Yeah, I like it. I like it. So, let me dry this. There's a lot of pigment on there, so that really exactly. Although it's more brown in this instance, but yellowish brown. Old lemons. Shall we keep it like that? And yummy, I agree, Sylvia, I agree. So, these are dry. Be careful, because when you dry this, you remelt the embossing powder as well, and that could stick to your fingers. Now, when you're heat setting on UPO, be careful, because UPO is plastic. So if you keep it in one spot too long, you will melt your UPO. We don't want that. So, I need to ink some edges, so let's do that. I'm going to use Vintage Photo, Freight Burlap for that. Just because I don't like that white border too much. And now that's gone. He's ready to go. He's going to go on there. Look at that. Beautiful. Now, sentiment-wise, I don't have a Father's Day sentiment in my collection. So I chose The Best Things Take Time, For the Clock, and Hello You. But of course, if you have any Happy Father's Day or whatever you want to say to your father, use that. Instant vintage grunge, right? How gorgeous is that? I do enjoy this collection a lot. And I know I designed it and I should say it, but I am honest, I mean it. Okay, let's build up this tag. Do I want some gold on there? I think what I'm going to do, this is a tag that I've got laying around that I'm not using, and I'm just going to rip that up. Ink that edge. Belinda, is that both on YouTube and on Facebook? Or is that just on Facebook? If it's on both, people on YouTube, do you have colorful lines flashing through your screen? Sometimes you don't know what it is. So I'm going to place that here. He's going to go there. I'm just going to tear the bottom part as well. Okay, Saskia, then it's something on my side that I have to look into. Thank you for letting me know. Well, if I say I have to look into, that means Daniel has to look into it. So, where are we with the paste? This is good as dry, and the difference is stunning. You see that? Because this is a translucent paste, and this is in the normal texture paste. Love that. So I'm going to give this a blast with my heat tool. Thanks, Annette. Mew. Just got it. Oh, it's definitely on my end because I just saw something flickering on my screen. So let's hope it doesn't go out. Better get a wiggle on and finish my cards. No, it's not. Just saw it again. So sorry about that, guys. That's something on my end. Both look great, right? But different. So this one's for the clock. So let's finish that one first, because that's the easy one. The clock is going to go on here. I'm just going to put some glue here. Quite some glue because, well, it needs to adhere to that paste. So there's texture on there. Concentrating here. So I'm going to place that right on there. It fits like a glove, so I need to make sure it's on in the right way. Look at that. I love it. I love it. Going to put a block on. Now, these blocks, look at Annette's YouTube. It's in her description box where she got those. That's where I got them. Well, it's in, yeah, could be. Just press the plug. Hopefully that worked. Let me know, Belinda, if it's over now. That's that. Then we're going to place them down here. Father and his sons. And we're going to put them up. I'm going to put them up. Why not? I've got my thingies here. My little foam squaries. So yeah, I'm not going to be fussed about it now, Belinda. Is it still doing it? Or thank you, Anna. Oh, it's still flashing. Okay, thank you, Anya. So, pretty cool card, I think, if I say so myself. And then the best things take time. Where am I going to put that? When in doubt, ink. Okay, where would you put this sentiment? Where would you put it? Just going to put it there for a minute. Here could be nice. Nice balance. Let me know. Is this okay? Did I? Well, it's on there now. But thanks, Robin. Okay, this one still not 100% dry. Let me dry it from the back. Grandpa, son, and grandson. Exactly, Valerie. Lower right, overlap people. Okay. I'll listen to Annette, because Annette is a genius, so. Lower right, overlapping people. Here. Like that, you mean, Annette? That was my first idea as well. Upper right, upper right, upper right. Well, Annette, many people are saying top right, where I had it, but what do you think, Annette? There? Yeah, well, this is not doing what I wanted to do. It's staying a bit white, but that will be covered up by the tag anyways, so I'm going to place a tag on there like this. Straight, I think. Let's keep it straight. I'm not going to be bothered with gold paste or the gold embossing powder, because I like it like this. So I've got this little string that I'm going to use on there. And that is a genius. Absolutely. That's why I'm listening to her. Annette over on YouTube, they also say you're a genius. No, I'm going to listen to you, Annette. I have to do a retreat with you. So I better listen to you. Because you need to help me out. I'll be lost without you. Okay, I like that that's sticking out. So let's glue this down. Like so. Got something else to keep it balanced here. Yep. These hats are cute. I will just tuck that under there. Let's see if it still wants to let go, but it does. There we go. I like that. I don't know what that means. There we go. This one's finished. Love it. Love it. This Just needs a bit of pressure. Okay. Now is this one. And just needs something there. But I've got this little stamp booklet. Yep. Okay. Okay. Let's put you there. I just love using these real stamps. There we go. I just love that pop of color that's behind him there. There's your second card. And what you can easily do is what I did with the die. I'll show you. Where did I put my dies? Oh, here they are. What I did with the die. So this is the base page from Playful Grunge. I just put this on my paper, traced it with a pencil, cut it out by hand, and that gave me sort of the outline. So what I'm going to do on the inside, this will give me something to write on. And it's always nice to decorate the inside. Something I don't always do, but I love it when I see Annette or the other ones do it. And that's got me thinking, I need to just do that. So this one goes on the inside, beautifully. And then you can pick a stamp, stay there. Where did I put my block? I'll use this one. Let's do a brown one. We'll just place them down here. Beautiful. We'll just ignore that bit. Look all right. Let me see if this thing still works its magic. This is a sand eraser. There we go. Perfect. Good save, David. So that's the inside done. That's the outside done. I've got one head left. Let me see. No. Okay. Leave it as is. So this is, let's just get things out of the way. This is it for today, guys. And I love it. I love how they turned out. So I hope to have inspired you to make Father's Day cards that are unique, because, I mean, this is not your standard Father's Day cards, and I love them. I really love them. So if you want to know what I use, hop over to the website. You'll find the links all over the post, or send me a message if you want to know more. Feel free to send me a messenger, and yeah, I will go and make pictures and put these up on the social media sites. Thank you for joining me tonight. Let me switch the cameras around. Thank you for joining me tonight. I had a blast. I hope you too. So thank you for joining me, and I see you, I don't know when, but soon. Pretty sure of that. Thank you, everybody. Bye. Have a great evening, day, or morning, wherever you are. Bye.